Propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Amish Financial Services. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Lady Flames are getting ready to take on the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens in the final game of the regular season for both these squads. Still stuff to play for as far as the conference tournament. It's the only game that's on Friday night. The rest of the league will play tomorrow and as late as 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. So the bracket might not be able to get set until 9:30 or so tomorrow in the evening. But some things will come more clear as we move along throughout the day, and even depending upon how this game goes as to the Flames' chances of moving up in the standings and Delaware's chances of holding on to their spot in the tournament. Only the top 10 teams get in. The Blue Hens, they are 12-17 on the year, 6-11 in Conference USA. The Lady Flames are 16-12 and 10-7 in CUSA. The starting lineups are being announced, so we'll pass those along to you as well. First for the visiting Blue Hens and their head coach Sarah Jenkins, who's in her 4th season at the helm from Georgetown, an 05 grad. She'll start Leigh Fantroy. Fantroy is 6th in the conference in rebounding. She wears 0. A 5'10 junior from, it looks like Palestine, Texas, but it's pronounced Palestine. And oddly enough, the next member of the starting lineup is from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Number 1, Kyla Correa. Correa is a 5'4 freshman from Lebanon. Fantroy averaging 10.4 and Correa averaging 10.3 points per game. Ella Wanzer is number 3. She was named to the All-Academic team. Only 5 members of that All-Academic team in Conference USA, and 2 of them are playing today. Emmy Stout for Liberty. Wanzer is a 5'10 graduate student from Buffalo, New York. She's averaging 8.4 points per game. Trinity Vance wears number 4. She's the only player on the squad to play all 29 games this year. She's from Waterloo, South Carolina, and had 14 points against Liberty in the first meeting. And then you have Odia Cherissier. Cherissier is a 6'1 junior from Baltimore, Maryland, had 19 points in the first meeting between the teams, and she is the leading scorer, averaging 12.8 points a game and 7.7 rebounds. Fantroy leads the team in rebounding, 8.3. For the Flames, Avery Mills, she wears number 1. She's 4th in the conference in scoring, 1st in the conference in three-point percentage and three-pointers made. She is a 5'9 sophomore from Lynchburg, Virginia, but was born in Delaware and had 17 points in her most recent game against WKU. Coming off of that injury, she leads the team in scoring, 15.3 a game. Jacayla Thompson's number 3, a 5'8 junior from Louisville, Kentucky. She had 17, a career high against Delaware, and is coming off a 10.10 rebound, 6 assist game against WKU. Ife Nuwabi wears number 6, a 6'2 redshirt freshman from Calgary, Canada. She is 1st in the conference in rebounding and is averaging 9.7 a game and 8.6 points. Elizabeth Eyestadter is number 21, a 6'2 junior from Iceland. She starts down low alongside Emmy Stout, who is that other member of the All-Academic team. Emmy from San Diego, California, 6'3 sophomore. The Flames win the opening tip, and they've got the basketball to begin the game, scoring at the goal to our right. Thompson on the far side will go in the corner to Eyestadter for 3, in and out. Rebound to Fantroy. Delaware wearing the white uniforms, blue numbers and yellow trim. The Flames in the red unis with white numbers and baby blue trim. Flames almost get a steal as the pass is deflected, but it makes its way to Cerisier, and then she drives in completely uncontested as the Flames had a missed assignment. Not sure exactly what happened there, but there was nobody home for Liberty. Delaware up 2-0. Flames on offense. Nwabi at the top of the arc. Will bounce it to Stout. Stout tries to throw it on the inside, and it's stolen away. Delaware with a chance to run. Vance is picked up, so she'll slow things down. Correa now will bounce a pass on the inside to Cerisier. Cerisier hands off to Fantroy, and Fantroy will come on the near side to Wanzer. Wanzer back far wing to Correa. Correa down to 7 seconds to shoot. Goes far wing to Wanzer. Her three-pointer is good. Ella Wanzer, shooting 33% from outside the arc, has given Delaware a 5-0 lead. Liberty on offense. On the near wing, Thompson up top to Nwabi, now far side to Eyestarter. Eyestarter to Mills. Mills tries to get a little space. She's double teamed, is trapped near midcourt. The ball is loose, and she's on the floor, and we're going to have a tie ball. The arrow will give it over to Delaware. Delaware forces about 16 turnovers a game. They give it away 18 times. The Flames force 14 and give it up 17 times. Five nothing Blue Hens. Fantroy with the pink shoes. We'll give it off to Correa, now to Wanzer, back to Fantroy. She'll drive in and have her shot blocked out of bounds by Ife Nwabi. Nwabi with the rim protection. Delaware will now have to inbound with 15 seconds to shoot. Comes all the way to Wanzer, now over on the near wing to Fantroy. Fantroy is going to fire up a three. It's in and out. She's only made 14 this season, but a 32% shooter. Left wide open, the Flames get it back down court where Thompson will drive in and miss the runner. Liberty not being able to get any offense going to begin the ball game. They're back on the defensive end where Vance will dribble to the near wing and then come into a double team and step out of bounds. Nice defense by Emmy Stout and Elizabeth Eyestarter on the double team to force the turnover. Liberty gets the ball back, trailing 5-0. Thompson to Nwabi. Backdoor pass to Mills, and Mills goes on the reverse to lay it in. Flames with their first points. They cut it down to 5-2. Fantroy near side to Correa. She bounces it down low to Cerisier. Cerisier has to kick it back outside to Correa. Her three, actually a long two, is good. And just like in the first meeting between the two teams, Delaware shooting the ball well to begin, 60%. They shot 50% up in Newark. 7-2, Flames trailing. They've got the basketball. Nwabi picks up her dribble. Now bounces it into Stout. Stout rushed the shot. Might have been partially blocked by Cerisier. Delaware back the other way. Wanzer for three, too strong, and the Flames get the rebound. Liberty wearing the Reds, even though it's a home game. We don't see that very often. Threw me off a little bit in the beginning. Goes down low to Stout. Stout dips towards the paint. The shot falls and a foul's called. Emmy Stout will go to the line for a chance at a three-point play. First foul called against Cerisier. First foul called on either team. There's 5:41 to go here in the first quarter. Emmy Stout, 59% free throw shooter on the year. She leads the team in makes and attempts. 82 of 138. She had 21 points in the game up at Delaware, coming off a 9.9 rebound effort against WKU. She's 8th in the conference in scoring and caps off the three-point play to get this back down to a 2-point game. Delaware on offense. They made a substitution as Safi Kalibo has come in. She throws a pass down low and no one in particular. It sails out of bounds for a turnover. 15 on the roster for Delaware. They've got 3 seniors, 3 freshmen, 7 transfers, and 2 international players. Only 1 player has played every single game this season, and that is Trinity Vance. So they have dealt with some injuries throughout. Emma Leon has come in for Liberty, as has Claudia Athene. Nawabi on the near wing is left open for 3. Got it. Ife Nawabi from deep, and the Flames have taken their first lead, 8-7. Nawabi's three-point shooting has really come on as the season has gone along. Back the other way, Fantroy will drive in. She draws a foul and hits the basket. And she'll have a chance at a three-point play. So the momentum right back in Delaware's favor. They're up 9-8, and we'll have a chance to extend that when we come back from this timeout. Finishing that thought on Ife Nawabi is with that make, she has now hit 12 three-pointers on the year, and her percentage has gone above 31%, and that was after a very slow start as far as her outside shooting is concerned. Her points per game has gone up as well. She's edging towards averaging 9 points per contest. She's already tops in the league in rebounding, 9.7. We'll take a break. When we come back, the free throw for Delaware is they're up by 1. 4:51 to go in the first quarter here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
Every great athlete knows the final minutes of the game are where champions are made. Whether it's the last inning, the fourth quarter, or overtime, every move counts. One smart play can seal the win, and one mistake could cost it all. The same can be said for retirement. I'm Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services. Those last 5 to 10 years before you retire, that's your final stretch. At Abish Financial, we can help build a game plan for taxes, healthcare, and income for the years ahead. Call us for your customized retirement playbook, 571-406-4411. If you're over 59 and have $500,000 or more of investable assets, we can create your plan complimentary. 571-406-4411 or visit abishfinancial.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Abish Financial Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Insurance services offered through Abish Financial Services, Inc., licensed in Virginia.
John Barkley loves Tuesday nights with his pals.
You guys ever seen a perfect game?
Here we go.
A night when scores made aren't nearly as important as friendships kept.
Get out your phones. Gonna be epic.
So he doesn't miss a night. John counts on Sentra to keep him healthy and at his best.
Perfection begins now. Start your video. Delete your video.
Like and share.
Sentra, caring for, caring about folks like John.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services.
9-8 Delaware with 4:51 on the clock here in the first quarter. Lou Hens will be shooting a free throw here in just a second. Again, this is the only game in the conference tonight. Both the men's and women's side will have a full slate, almost a full slate tomorrow. This game was originally scheduled for a Saturday doubleheader with the Liberty men, but because of the timing of things, trying to get games finished before late in the day on Saturday with a quick turnaround, some teams playing as early as Tuesday in Huntsville at the tournament, trying to move as many games as earlier as possible, so this game actually got moved an entire day. But after all that, there's still a late game tomorrow night at La Tech, as La Tech plays UTEP. Free throw is off the mark. Liberty gets the rebound. They trail by 1. Nawabi on the near, hands to Athene, who goes to the far side. Now inside to Stout. Stout's double teamed, has to lob it back out to Mills. Mills with 6 seconds to shoot is double teamed again. Over to Athene for 3. Yes! Claudia Athene with the shot clock running down. Pops in a 3 right in front of the Delaware bench. Liberty with their largest lead, and now a steal by Mills. And it's going to be Flames basketball. I think Delaware is going to challenge this. But what great defense. She banged it off of the Delaware player, but I think it came back into Avery as she was falling out of bounds. The problem is, none of the 3 officials could see it. The official closest to it was shielded by the bodies of the players. The official under the basket had no angle, and the official cross court didn't see either what happened. Delaware could appeal this, but they're not. So it works out to being an outstanding defensive play by Avery Mills. I think that was a missed challenge. We'll try to take a look at a replay, get the old ESPN app up here and see if it happened the way that I saw it. But Flames will take the break. Avery Mills with the basketball. She's going to bounce it out to Athene for another 3, too strong. And Fantroy gets the rebound for Liberty. It goes down into Cerisier. She takes a little half hook that hits the back of the rim and pops out. Flames with the board. Mills over on the far wing. Steps back for a second. Thought about the 3. Instead, we'll go to Mwamba. Down low to Stout. And back outside to Mwamba, but a traveling violation will turn it over. Flames have trailed by as many as 5 in this game. They currently lead by 2. Liberty's shooting percentage is up to 44%. Delaware is hitting at 50 still. Fantroy on the far wing. Lobs a pass in to Cerisier. She's double teamed. Has to kick it along to the far wing. A 3-pointer by Kalibo is off the front of the rim, and the Flames get the board. Athene back the other way, hesitates, penetrates, and scores on the left side. Claudia Athene froze the defender and then slipped through to give Liberty a 4-point lead. Back the other end, a blocking foul against Mills. The basket falls in for Cerisier and a chance at a 3-point play for the Blue Hens. Liberty's 4-point lead was short-lived. Blue Hens a chance to make this a 1-point game. There is a lot going on around the campus of Liberty University. Softball is underway. Baseball played earlier. Women's basketball right now. Men's basketball tomorrow at 2. Free throw is good. It's 13-12 Liberty. It's Kayla Thompson. Back in to Mills. Mills for 3 off the back rim, but the rebound is deflected into the corner and couldn't quite handle it. It was Ayesdottir, and now back the other way. A 3-pointer for Wanzer is good. Transition points for Delaware and their lead. They're actually back in the lead. They're up by 2. 2:05 left in the first quarter. Thompson down low to Ayesdottir. Now back to Thompson. Thompson, ball fake, drives but missed, and the rebound pulled in by Portalave. Delaware on the attack. Vance drives and then tried to kick it to Fantroy, cutting to the hoop, but it went through her hands and out of bounds. So Liberty will get it back. Four Delaware turnovers, the Flames with 2. Thompson on offense. Comes near side to Mills. Mills fakes the 3, pulls up along the baseline, but too strong. Rebound Delaware. A minute 23 left in the first quarter. Blue Hens leading by 2. Wanzer, far side to Vance. Vance now on the near wing to Fantroy for 3. It's off the back of the rim, and Mills goes up to get the rebound for Liberty. Mills all the way down court will drive through and draw the foul. She got hit in the head. Mills an 88% free throw shooter on the year. We'll try to tie this basketball game up at 15. For every free throw the Lady Flames make this season, Food Lion donates 100 meals to local area food banks through the Food Lion Feeds Score to Give More campaign. And there's 100. And there's 100 more. 15-15. Delaware with the basketball, tied at 15 apiece. Pass goes underneath into Portalave, and Portalave had to go up against 2 Lady Flames, missed the shot, and Liberty gets the rebound. Mills back up court, lost the handle, and it goes into the backcourt for a Flames turnover. That's the 3rd on Liberty. It'll be about a 3-second, actually, because that was a turnover that went into the front court. Delaware will not get the full 30 seconds. If that would have went in the back court, which was only about 3 feet away, if it would have went out of bounds as opposed to being an over and back, Delaware would have had the full 30-second shot clock. But instead, there'll be about a 13-second difference as the Blue Hens go on offense. They almost throw the ball away, but tracking it down was Wanzer. Wanzer with 5 seconds to shoot, drives in, floats it towards the hoop. Missed the shot, and the rebound is tipped in by Fantroy. Just slapped at it and gets it to fall. Liberty with 5 seconds to try to get something going. Thompson drives through. She scoops to the hoop and scores as the first quarter comes to an end. I tell you, Ja'Kayla Thompson, we've seen it time and time again this year. She has a knack for getting some points at the end of periods, sometimes from distance, and in that case, on the drive. An entertaining first quarter. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well, putting some points up, and we got a football score. 17-17 after 1. That'd be a very high-scoring football quarter. We'll be back with the second after this. You're listening to the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch support so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-638-8255 639-9319 or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America in logo wear.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. We're tied at 17 apiece. We'll have a Carter Bank and Trust game at a glance here in just a second. I do want to mention that during that timeout there, you've got former coach Kerry Green, his wife Denise. I'm not sure exactly what the presentation is, but also Jesse and Heather Stevens, both Liberty Lady Flames alumni. Either Heather is one of the assistant coaches. Jesse was a manager all the way back in his college days. And it looks like there has been a donation and a dedication of the locker room that will be named in Coach Green's honor, I think. And I'm just trying to read the plaque from across the court. But any honor they give Kerry Green is probably still not enough. What a amazing human being, and even, well, no, I would say amazing basketball coach and an even better human being. Here on the court, Liberty has tied this game up 17 apiece on a Jacayla Thompson last-second shot. Delaware has led by as many as 5. The Flames were up by 4. Both teams shooting in the mid-40s. Both teams exactly 2 of 6 from 3. Liberty trailing the rebounding, which is surprising, 10-7. Flames are a plus 7.5 on average, and Delaware is actually a minus 0.2 on the year. Liberty with the ball to start the second quarter. Thompson on the near side to Eisdorter. Back out to Thompson. 13 seconds to shoot up to Nawabi. Nawabi will look on the far wing for Mills. Instead will bounce it into Stout. Stout kicks to Mills. Mills with 4 seconds to shoot. Steps back for 3, in and out. Rebound to Delaware, and the Blue Hens with a chance to regain the lead. Correa bounces it up to Cerisier. Cerisier hands to Fantroy, and Franchoy near side, eventually back inside to Cerisier, who scores through Stout, or correction, through Nawabi. Nawabi had switched off. And Delaware's back up by 2. Thompson to Mills for Liberty. Mills with 4 points. Only behind Athene's 5 for the Flames. Stout has the ball on the near wing. Comes to Eisdorter. She'll step back for 3. It's off the mark, and the rebound is tipped outside to Cerisier. Up court to Correa. Correa to Fantroy, and Fantroy now on the near side to Wanzer. Wanzer has 6 points to pace Delaware. She'll give off to Fantroy, and Fantroy is so athletic. She just glides to the basket and lays it in. Cerisier with 7, I should say. She leads Delaware after that last basket. As it goes into Nawabi, and Nawabi will take a long 2 and hit. Ife Nawabi cuts it back to a 2-point game. Ife with 5. Correa the ball for Delaware. And now over to Kalibo, and Kalibo is going to be called for an offensive foul. She went through Jacayla Thompson. Flames have Nawabi, Thompson, Mills, Stout, and Eisdorter, the starting 5 on the court. Thompson brings it across the half. She's being harassed by Correa. She'll bounce a pass to Mills at the top of the arc. She's going to drive through and then give off to Stout. Stout takes a 15-foot jumper that comes up short. The rebound is tipped outside, and Delaware with an optimistic thought on an up-court pass to Wanzer that sails out of bounds. trying for that transition a little too hard. Six turnovers for the Blue Hens. Mills up to Eyestarter. Flames trailing by 2, 21-19. About 3 minutes into the second quarter. Nawabi over on the far wing to Mills. Mills with 8 seconds to shoot. We'll go back to Nawabi. Nawabi took an extra step. Traveling violation will be turnover number 4 against the Flames. Liberty is now dipped under 40% shooting. 39, 7 of 18. Delaware is up to 53%, 9 of 17. Charisier for Delaware. Hands to Fantroy. She almost had it stripped away, but gets it in the corner to Correa. Her three-pointer comes up short, but Charisier gets the offensive rebound, then scoops to the basket, but missed the shot on the finger roll. Liberty with a rebound. Flames still trailing by 2. Athene to Nawabi from 14, no. And Charisier gets the rebound for Delaware. Flames have not gotten an offensive rebound in this game so far. Delaware's going to try a 3. Wanzer, too strong. Nawabi skies for the board. We're still stuck at 21-19. Liberty into Stout. Stout on the right side, banks it home. The line drive goes through, and Liberty has tied it up at 21. Fantroy now to Correa. Down low to Charisier. Charisier takes a long jumper that's too strong. The Flames fight for the defensive rebound. I'm not sure who's going to be credited with it. Both Eyestarter and Nawabi came down with their hands on it. Flames up court to Stout. Into Nawabi. Nawabi double team, comes back out to Stout along 2. It's off to the left side. And we're going to get a rebounding foul called against Liberty. And that is 2 on Ife Nawabi. With 5:23 to go in this second quarter, we'll see if that might spell the end of the half for Ife. But we have seen over the course of this season that Coach Sherrard generally will trust his starters to play with some foul difficulty even early in the ball game. So we'll keep an eye on that as Vance has possession for Delaware to Correa and inside to Charisier. Charisier muscles it through, missed the shot, and then she's fouled trying to get the rebound. Or is it going to be on her? Ooh, wow. I don't think Sarah Jenkins is going to be happy with that call. I think more so because of the contact that Charisier went through on the shot attempt that was not whistled, and then she fell to the floor on the rebound but was called for the foul. Flames will take it though. We're tied at 21. Liddy Mwamba has come in for Nawabi, and we're going to have a 3-second violation against the Flames. Stout down low. And that brings us to our under 5 media timeout, but we're going to flip the script a little bit, and instead of going to a break, we're going to throw it back to the studio where Trey Lyle is going to take a look at our Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. Not a lot going on as far as Conference USA round ball, well, hoops are concerned, but there's a lot as far as baseball, softball, and some other sports around campus and around the country. Trey, what do you got?
Thank you, Jamie. Let's get into the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. Let's start with the Liberty Flames in baseball. They get the win over Harvard 9-3. That just wrapped up recently. Softball currently trailing Jacksonville State in the top of the 5th, 6-0. As for Conference USA scores from yesterday, Sam Houston defeated UTEP 71-59. Louisiana Tech defeats New Mexico State 88-47. Missouri State defeats Western Kentucky 65-38. FIU over Middle Tennessee 80-78. And on the men's side last night, Middle Tennessee 73, FIU 67. Louisiana Tech does get the win over Liberty 76-71. Delaware over Sam Houston 83-80. Missouri State 87. Western Kentucky 74. UTEP 78. Kennesaw State 71. New Mexico State 77. And Jacksonville 75. That game went in overtime. Post-game, we'll have more for you, including tons of more women's basketball scores because conference tournaments in the Power 4 level at least going on right now. But let's head back out for the rest of the second quarter.
Thanks, Trey. Appreciate that. Here in Liberty Arena, the Lady Flames and Delaware are tied at 21 apiece. Nawabi, Athene, and Stout each with 5 points for the Flames. Mills with 4. Charisier has 7. Van Troy and Wanzer with 6 for Delaware. The concerning thing for the Flames in the early going is rebounding. Flames have been out-rebounded 16-11 and 3-0 in offensive boards. Stay tuned at halftime. Scheduled to have Liberty Athletics Director Ian McCaw on. He gives us our yearly State of the Flames address. Not just State of the Flames, but a lot of things going on around college athletics that get a chance to catch up with Ian on. Solid crowd here on this Friday night in Liberty Arena. The Liberty men will play tomorrow. Your last chance to see them before they head out to Huntsville for the Conference USA tournament. They'll play a day earlier than the Lady Flames will, as the Liberty men have secured the #1 seed. And we know that the women will be between 3 and 6, so they'll play on Thursday, the men on Wednesday. And what should be a fun week and hopefully a repeat of what happened last year when the Flames swept both. Delaware on offense. They throw a pass up top looking for Vance, and it sails out of bounds. Correa and Vance weren't on the same page. And we've seen a few of those kind of unforced turnovers for the Blue Hens in this game so far. Liberty has the ball, and the Flames throw it right back. Stout's pass is picked off by Correa. Correa to Wanzer. Wanzer for 3. It's off the back of the rim, and Liberty gets the board. Avery Mills picks up the rebound. The shooting guard averages over 4 boards per contest. She's got it on the near wing. Hands off to Athene, who goes back to Mills. Mills for 3. Yes! Beautiful offense by the Lady Flames. Give the assist to Claudia Athene as Mills slipped around a pick and was wide open. LU by 3. Van Troy works her way down low, and she is fouled by Nawabi and hits the shot. So every time Liberty has been able to get a little bit of a lead, Delaware has come right back in a couple of those occasions with an and one. The Flames have hit a 3-point basket, and then Delaware worked their way down low and took the momentum right back. Van Troy, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. This Delaware squad hits at 74% as a team, but she missed. And the Flames hold the lead, 24-23. Thane across half court. She runs the point. Stout, Mwamba, Mills, and Leona's driving in as Athene. She's able to dish it off to Stout, who lays it in on the far side. Back-to-back outstanding offensive possessions for the Lady Flames, running it to perfection. As I say that, Delaware does a pretty good job on a set piece. They get a backdoor cut by Kalibo, who gets the reverse lay-in to fall through. 3:10 until halftime. Liberty's up by 1. Leon on the near wing. Has it on the dribble, goes in the corner to Mills. Mills, a cross-court pass to Athene. Athene dumps it down low to Stout, and Stout's going to be called for an offensive foul as Fantroy took the contact. That is the first personal foul against Emmy Stout. Afi Nuabi, the only Lady Flame with more than one. She's got two. Charisier has two for Delaware. Flames lead 26-25. A lot less offense here in the second quarter than what we saw in the first, as Fantroy is going to drive and then have it knocked loose by Eisdottir, but Fantroy gets it back and scores. Sticks with it after good hands initially by Elizabeth. She couldn't pick the ball up, though, and Delaware now leads by one. Thompson's going to be fouled as Kalibo makes some contact with her. That's the third Delaware foul. Flames also with three, so both teams have one to give in this final 2:29 of the second quarter. Inbound goes around to Athene, now up top to Thompson. Thompson to Peters. Peters is going to drive through and be able to score. Got held up a little bit with some contact. Very close to shuffling her feet, but she stuck with it and gives Liberty the lead, 28-27. Wanzer dumps a pass down into the paint to Portalathe, up top to Kalibo, and Kalibo banks in a three. That is not what she meant to do, but it still counts, and the Flames trail by two, 30-28. Both teams have made three three-pointers in the ball game. Mills is going to try to answer her three. Good! Cutting off of the screen, turn and fire. The Flames lead by one. And now Delaware throws the ball away. The Blue Hens with 8 turnovers in the first half. Flames with 7. Liberty's going to take a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 3 remaining for Liberty. Delaware has all 4 of theirs. As we wind down this second quarter and head to halftime. For those that were watching at the beginning of the broadcast, we kind of coming in on YouTube and Facebook. Got to see a little bit of the Thunder on the Mountain performance. Of course, it doesn't quite do it justice when the sound is not up. You kind of got to see the lights and sights, but without the music, not quite the same. If you'd like to, though, see last night's performance that we rolled during the opening credits, you can do that by going to the LFSN Radio YouTube page. Just search LFSN Radio on YouTube, and it's the most recent video posted. It has the audio included, and you'll get a kick out of it. Flames with the basketball after the timeout. Thompson goes far side to Mills. Mills trying to find a little space. Bounces a pass in that is kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with Liberty, but the shot clock will not reset, so they're going to say that it was just thrown off of the leg of a Delaware player, not actually kicked by the Delaware player. So Liberty has 13 seconds to shoot. Thompson will lob it up top to Peters. Peters hands off to Eisdottir. She spins around and pulls up from the elbow, but her shot is off the mark. The rebound is out of bounds, but the shot clock had expired first. A shot clock violation will give the ball back to Delaware. They trail by 1 with 1:01 to go until halftime. Trinity Vance behind the arc, picks up her dribble and hands back to Wanzer. Wanzer kicks far side to Fantroy for 3, short, but an offensive rebound. But Portalathe will reset things for the Blue Hens. They go back door. Fantroy makes the catch and is able to finish things off. The Flames have lost Fantroy a few times in this ball game, and she's made him pay each and every one. She's got 12 points, and Delaware leads. Shot clock is basically the same as the game clock. Liberty with the basketball. Athene is going to drive in, though, and the 3-second call will turn it back over to Delaware. So that was not the possession the Flames were hoping for. They could have held for the final shot. Instead, they turn it over with 17 seconds to go, and Delaware can now add to their current lead of 1. Cross half court, Trinity Vance peels around a screen and then dumps it down low, where it's stolen away by Peters, and time will expire on this first half. Liberty getting the defensive stop, and they'll trail by 1 at halftime. A half that saw Delaware shoot 48%. They shot 50% in the game against Liberty back in their building. The Flames shot 46%. Liberty hit one more three than Delaware, 4-3 in that category. But the Blue Hens took 3 more shots because of having a rebounding advantage of 17-13. And that was the difference in this first half that gave Delaware the 1-point lead. As we set up for halftime, I'll tell you the score one more time. Delaware 32, Liberty 31. We'll be back with the Segra halftime show right after this timeout here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at any of their 4 locations, with 2 in Lynchburg, 1 in Forest, and 1 at Able Tire in Concord. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Period Woolwine Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Period Woolwine Family Dentistry provides dental health services including dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, extractions, and more. Their office treats patients of all ages and accepts major dental insurances. Period Woolwine Family Dentistry is located at 2229 Bureau Road next to EC Glass High School in Lynchburg. You can reach the office by phone at 434-847-5331 and online at perryfamilydentistry.com.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses.
About 60 seconds or so left.
Okay, great. Got our speed painter. She may be done by then.
Retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500. Or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice.
It's funny if you would have told me 20 years ago that doing radio I'd have to worry about video cameras and everything.
I know. How about that? Yeah.
It's just the way people consume stuff nowadays.
It is.
You gotta,
for sure.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
First half is history. Now it's time for the Lady Flames halftime report, powered by Segra. Segra offers customized business solutions. Learn more at Segra.com.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Lady Flames are trailing Delaware 32-31 at halftime, and we're now joined by a very special guest, our Director of Athletics, Ian McCaw. And Ian, you're always so nice to come on once a year and kind of give us the state of the Flames, how things been going for you personally.
Yeah, it's going really well, Jamie. Great time of year, and nice to see the weather turning warm just in time for our spring sports that benefit from that. So we're looking forward, obviously, to March Madness and the conference tournament beginning next week. So a lot going on, busy time for our staff.
Yeah, I'd say January probably gave you some flashbacks to Canada a little bit.
It really did. Lynchburg turned into iceberg there for a while, and that was definitely challenging. Our grounds crew did a tremendous job, and really all the facility staff and everyone involved involved in snow removal on campus. It was just incredible work to get us back in business and make sure our teams have facilities available and are able to get where they need to get for competition.
Well, before we jump into the kind of the state of the Flames, I think the state of the NCAA is on everybody's mind. I think you go to a water cooler, and usually this time of year, every part of that conversation would be about bubble teams and March Madness, and that's still there, but it's also now about transfer portals and NIL and, unfortunately, lawsuits. If you look, Cincinnati and Duke have sued quarterbacks, recently. You've got quarterbacks that are suing the NCAA to try to get more eligibility. And, of course, then the thing down at Alabama with a professional player finding a friendly judge, and now all of a sudden he's playing college basketball again at Alabama. What's it going to take for the NCAA to get to a point where so much isn't being done in the courtroom, it's being just done in the classroom and on the courts?
Yeah, Jamie, I think we're getting to a tipping point. Of course, President Trump hosted a meeting in Washington, D.C. today, had about 60 or so leaders, stakeholders in that meeting. And, I think there's a lot of good discussion about that. But ultimately, whether he was talking about an executive order, legislation coming out of Congress, whatever it is, the current environment's just, it's not sustainable, it's not healthy. And so hopefully we get to that situation sooner rather than later. And there just becomes some guardrails, some parameters, and some rules, because right now it's out of control, and you're hearing about college football rosters of $40 million plus, and there's supposed to be a cap that came out of the House settlement of $20.3 million. It's just being completely ignored, and the College Sports Commission was put in place to kind of manage that cap, and there's no way to manage it. People are just blown right by it. So it's really an unfortunate situation, and again, hopefully we can get some legislative help and get to a good spot here in the coming months.
For the fans that can't quite wrap their head around that, if they're NHL fans or NBA fans or NFL fans and they think about a hard cap, and if you go, in some leagues there's a luxury tax. If you go over, you got to pay more and so on. But in some, it's just a hard cap. If you go over, you start losing draft picks. There starts to be punishment if you go over.
Well, and that was the original discussion, was if the cap's 20.3 and you go 500,000 over, you will be penalized and you'll have less resources available the following year. And that was the original concept. I think it was originally approved by the judge, but it's being totally disregarded right now. And again, there's an expectation that the 4 Power 4 conferences were going to sign this CSC agreement and agree to abide by everything and stay within the cap. And of course, that hasn't happened. So anyway, we're in a state where we need some help, and hopefully that will be forthcoming.
And I guess, again, the fans that are going, well, what is the difference between the 20.5 and the money that's being spent over that? And that's the NIL money, the collective money that's still being used by most universities. And the clearinghouse was supposed to be in place to make sure that wasn't being, I guess, taken advantage of.
Yeah, and really the clearinghouse has been largely, I think, ineffective at this point in time. It was supposed to be monitoring that and looking at all kind of legitimate NIL agreements involving student athletes, and it's just I think the leader, Brian Seeley, was put in a very difficult position, and it just has not it's not worked. So we've got to go to Plan B or Plan C, and again, the other thing we have is we have these patchwork NIL laws that are different in every state. And some are very lenient, some are a little more strict, and again, very uneven playing field right now.
You've got basically a national organization that's being governed by local laws that can be different in any different part of the country. Tampering is something else that has been a topic that has kind of come up to the forefront of late, as far as maybe that being enforced more, so that you don't have teams or agents contacting players while they're still at a university, not in the transfer portal.
Right. Yeah, and of course that's been going on, and some schools have been extremely aggressive in that regard, and again, that's largely been unpenalized from what we've seen. There just haven't been cases, and the couple times there have been cases that have moved forward, it seems as though the state attorney general steps in and doesn't allow the NCAA to have jurisdiction to enforce its rules. So again, another problem area. the NCAA did put out a statement. The enforcement staff put out a statement about a week ago saying that they're going to crack down on tampering now. But of course, things have been so free-flowing here the last few years. From a tampering standpoint, it's hard to imagine how they're really going to start enforcing that. But again, we'll wait and see. But again, unique time in college athletics. There's some good things that have come of this, but overall, a lot of challenges as well.
And I guess the differences between the things that Power 4 conferences are dealing with and what the group of, I guess what we're going to call it now, the group of 6 with the Pac-12 coming back, the numbers just aren't in the same ballpark in most cases.
No, very much so. So the Power 4 conferences, pretty much all of those schools are, at the $20 million threshold or well above. And the group of 6 schools, I would say the range is probably several $100,000 up to maybe $13 million. So it's pretty wide range. And Liberty, we've positioned ourselves. We're in the kind of upper part of the group of 6, so we're top of Conference USA, and we'd be kind of competitive with the top third or so in the Americans. So we're in a good spot in terms of the NIL resources we have to work with, and certainly it's still challenging for our coaches to operate in this environment, but we want student athletes to be at Liberty, because of our mission and the environment that we have and our culture, but we do need to be in the NIL game if we want to expect to be competitive.
Has there been any more conversation on a group of 6 football playoff or some alternate kind of game plan as far as postseason is concerned?
It's been discussed, and I think there's some good ideas out there. The idea I like the best is that the highest rated group of 6 champion would go to the CFP, which is the case right now, and then the other group of 6 champions would play off in some kind of a playoff. So I think that could be something that has some merit. Maybe within the bowl system, but we really haven't got that far. Again, a lot of discussions, about what's going to happen with the CFP and CFP expansion, and that seems to be the issue that's at the front of the house right now.
As far as Conference USA is concerned, it's like a daily drama between La Tech and Conference USA. Does it look like La Tech's going to be in the league next year?
Yeah, our expectation is they'll be in the conference for 26-27, and as you know, there was a lawsuit filed by Louisiana Tech a couple days ago, and CUSA has responded, and the judge ruled in favor of CSA and has granted a hearing for March 19th. So we'll probably know a little bit more after that hearing, but the expectation is that they will remain in the conference for next year.
After the dust settles, there'll be 10 teams. Does it look like Conference USA is going to want to move back to 12? Is there some talk of expansion?
Yeah, I think the conference is pretty content at 10 members. That's a good number, and gives you you're able to play a round robin in football. You're able to that would give you 18 conference games in basketball, which is a good number, and it's also going to help us kind of tighten our geography a little bit and become much more kind of Eastern-oriented conference than it had been. So I think we feel really good about the future as a 10-team conference.
And as the state of the Flames go, I know a lot of times in this era of NIL, so many universities are having to spend so much money on player development, essentially, that the facilities aren't maybe getting the looks that you would normally, but that's not been the case here at Liberty. It seems like every year there's something new.
Yeah, Jamie, we're really fortunate. We were able to do a lot of the facility construction prior to NIL, moving to the forefront, and so consequently we have Liberty Arena and Williams Stadium and ballpark and softball stadium, and we just have tremendous facilities right now in place, and so we're not needing to invest a lot in facilities right now. We're in a great situation there, and so we can focus on what really is necessary. You've got to be competitive in the NIL market, and we are.
Last one, just a personal question. How big were the Olympics in the McCaw household?
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Heather and I watched quite a bit, and I love competition, and there was some great competition, particularly the hockey games. I mean, tremendous to have two, both the men's and women's game going overtime, and just really talented athletes on both sides. So it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that U.S.-Canadian rivalry really kicking up, and I know for you that you're probably a little bit torn there as far as how long you've been in the States, but also being from Canada. So I'm sure that was a lot of fun. And then one last quick one for you. How are you everywhere you need to be? Like this last 2 weekends, there are so many different events on campus, and you're giving out an award here, you're giving a recognition there, and it seems like every time there's a whistle blown, you're having to come out on the court and hand something to somebody.
Yeah, well, Jimmy, that's a fun part of the job. I love being around the games and the student athletes and coaches. That's a treat. That's not the job part of it. There's other parts that are not as much fun and a little more challenging, but I love coming to games, supporting our teams, and it's been fun to watch them. Obviously, man had a championship year. The women are really peaking at the right time, heading into to Huntsville, and so I'm really excited about what next week holds.
Well, we appreciate your time as always. You're always so gracious and visiting with us and answering all my silly questions. So we certainly do appreciate that and wish you the best. We'll see you down in Huntsville.
Very good. Thanks for all you do covering the Lady Flames throughout the year. You do a great job, Jamie.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You're talking about not being a job and just being fun. That's exactly my that's what I put on my business card. Just having fun. That's all I'm doing. Ian McCaw, Director of Athletics for Liberty University. We're going to let him step away and maybe actually get to enjoy a little bit of halftime, or well, what's left of halftime, maybe get a beverage or something before the second half gets started. The busiest man on campus for sure, and we appreciate him joining us here on the halftime show as we're just about ready for some basketball. We'll, as I say this back to Trey in the studio, we've got some breaks to make up. We'll make up those breaks as the game goes along and into the post game. Can't pass up the opportunity, though, to have an extended conversation with Ian. He is so knowledgeable about everything, not just going on here at Liberty, but around the country, and it's just a ever-changing landscape as far as college athletics. And he is a great resource for all those news items that seem to be changing by the moment. Our Larry's Tire and Auto stat recap from the first half. We'll just give you a brief couple of tidbits. The Flames shot 43%. Flames shot 46%, and Delaware shot 48%. But Liberty was out-rebounded in the first half, 17-13, and they trailed by one, 32-31. As we get back underway, the Blue Hens will have the basketball to start the third quarter. Coming off of the screen is Correa. Now over on the far wing to Vance, and her three-pointer is good. Trinity Vance puts Delaware up by 4. Get to the statistical leaders here in just a moment as far as individuals are concerned. Ja'Kayla Thompson with the basketball for the Flames. She's got a little space. She'll attack and then have her shot blocked by Wanzer, and Wanzer picks up the ball as well. Up court to Correa. Correa tries to bounce a pass down low, and it goes astray. Looking for Cerisier. That 3 for Vance was her first points of the ball game. Fantroy leads Delaware with 12 points. Cerisier, 7 points and 6 rebounds. Avery Mills with the basketball for Liberty. She had 10 points in the first half. On the far wing to Thompson. Thompson deeper in the corner to Mills. Mills dumps it underneath to Stout. Stout makes the catch and finishes on the far side. 35-33, Delaware. Emmy Stout now with 9 points in the game. Blue Hens on offense. Cerisier works her way down on Stout and then dumps a pass to Fantroy, who was cutting to the hoop. That was a tough play. Cerisier threw a pretty hard pass to Fantroy, who by the time she was finishing the cut was only about 3 feet away from Cerisier. She had to catch that in tight quarters. Still, with her athleticism, was able to get to the basket and score. Delaware back up by 4. And we're going to get a foul called against the Blue Hens. Not a lot of fouls called in the first half. A little bit of foul trouble for Liberty. Nuwabi had picked up 2 personal fouls. The inbound pass comes to Thompson. Thompson to Mills. Mills for 3. Yes! Avery Mills off the screen. Hits another 3. She's got 13 points, and Liberty has cut this down to a 1-point game. 37-36. Vance at the top of the arc for the Blue Hens. They tack to our right. Vance will float towards the basket but miss the shot. Van Troy, though, tips the rebound to herself and resets. She has got to be one of the most athletic players in Conference USA as it goes down low to Cerisier, who has her shot blocked by Nawabi, but a foul is called against Efi, which will be her third. Looked clean up top. Must have been some contact on the body. Crowd didn't like it. Efi didn't like it, but it'll be a couple of free throws for the Blue Hens. And I don't know if I've made this mistake during the game, as the first free throw is off the back rim and no good. But it is very difficult to not say Blue Hose all those years of playing Presbyterian College. Now I'll probably set myself up to say it 10 times between now and the end of the game. I don't know if I had or not, but I know it was in my mind a couple of times. I don't know if it made it to my lips or not. 1 and 2 free throws puts Delaware up by 2. Nawabi will stay in with the 3 fouls. She hands off to Thompson. Thompson will pick up her dribble and then dump it down low to Stout. Stout goes to the right side, missed the shot. Nawabi got the rebound over Fan Troy, and her putback's good. Efi Nawabi with 7. And Liberty's tied this game up at 38 apiece. Wanzer to Fan Troy. Fan Troy drives in, and a very late whistle. And if that's against Nawabi, that's 4. Well, I don't like that call. The official that was right on top of the play, 10 feet away, did not blow his whistle. The official, the trail official that's standing closest to midcourt, called the foul on Nawabi, and she'll have to check out of the game with 4 personal fouls. A little over 3 minutes into the third quarter. That is a tough break for Efi. Flames had to play without her in the game against Delaware because of an injury, so they're used to this spot, but that is a big loss. Both free throws are good. Liberty's down 40-38 with 6:45 to go. Here in the third. Clock is now rolling. Claudia Athene has come in for the Flames. And Emma Leon. Leon on the near wing. Goes along the baseline and gives to Stout. Stout draws the foul and gets the shot to sneak in. Just got that over the top of the rim, and it skittered around for a second before it fell through. A chance for Emmy Stout to retake the lead on the three-point play. She does. 41-40. Liberty up with 6:25 left in the third quarter. Delaware on the road, but wearing the white uniforms, blue numbers, yellow trim. The Flames in the reds with white numbers and baby blue trim as it comes outside to Kalibo. Kalibo drives in and has the ball tied up by Mills. Great hands by Avery Mills. Liberty will get the ball back on the alternating possession. .6:10 and the clock now moving again. Liberty 41, Delaware 40. Athene almost lost the handle, gives back to Mills. Mills between the circles, comes to the near side for 3, in and out, halfway down, but Stout gets the rebound. Her putback's no good. Eyestaughter gets the board, and she'll reset to Athene. Athene reposts Stout with the left hand, missed the shot. Rebound is ping-ponging around, and we're going to get a double foul called between Stout and Cerisier as they got tangled up trying to get that rebound. The officials are talking. Scott Yarborough was the one who made the initial call, and he emphatically said double foul. Dawn Marsh and Kelsey Harris, the other two officials. I believe the way this is going to work out is both players will be assessed the personal foul, and then we'll go to the possession arrow, which will give the ball to Delaware. No, the possession arrow didn't change. It still shows Delaware possession, so I'm not sure exactly what the double foul meant unless they changed their mind. There's only one foul in the book as Delaware throws the ball away. So maybe that evens out. But Cerisier, they show a foul on her on the board, so we'll have to see if we can get an explanation of exactly what happened there. Mills up top to Leon. Liberty leading by 141-40 as we approach the midway spot of this third quarter. Mills to Eyesdaughter in the corner. Now skips it across to Athene. Athene, a deep three, hits the rim, and the Flames are able to reset as Leon tracks down the board to Mills. Mills squares up for three. It comes up short, and Delaware gets the rebound. Maybe rush the shot just a little bit as Delaware will now go back on the attack, and they give it away. Athene leads a 3-0-1 break the other way. A bullet pass into Stout, who scores and draws the foul. Showtime Flames as Liberty running the transition. Claudia Athene gets it on the defensive end and then leads the break the other way. Liberty up by 3, and they'll have a free throw when we return from this timeout. Here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg. With major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Bring in the new year with a new vehicle from Lynchburg Nissan. We make buying simple and easy. And right now, Lynchburg Nissan is offering up to $10,000 off MSRP, 0% for 60 months on multiple models, and up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade. Get up and get on over to Lynchburg Nissan while the best selections are still available. And don't forget, Lynchburg Nissan is home of the 1 million mile warranty. Stop by, call, or visit LynchburgNissan.com now. LynchburgNissan.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Now, back to the game.
43-40, Liberty on top of Delaware. As the Liberty band entertains the crowd coming back from the timeout. There was a performance at halftime that was speed painting. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, but painting really fast. I didn't get a chance to see the outcome of it, but the crowd seemed to really love it. It was kind of facing the other way, and we were doing our halftime interview, but they're going to be doing that. The lady that does that is going to be back tomorrow for the men's game at 2 o'clock, so that's something to look forward to at halftime in tomorrow's game. The attendance tonight, 1,518, second largest crowd of the year here at Liberty Arena on the women's side. Avery Mills with 3 3-pointers in the game is one away from tying Emma Hess's single season record of 74. I'm sorry, no, the single season record. Oh, Paul's making me do math. With her 2 triples in the first half, she had 74. So, no, 76. 76 is the record. She's got 75 right now. You don't make a broadcast guy do math. That's a big problem. Emmy Stout to the free throw line, trying to cap off the 3-point play. Missed it, however. Eistotter gets the rebound and the Flames reset. Liberty could take their largest lead if they score a basket now. As it goes down to Stout, she spins to the right side but can't finish. Outstanding footwork by Stout, but the shot didn't fall. And now Delaware back on offense, and it's taken away by Leon, and then Leon throws it back to Fantroy as she was trapped in the corner. Wanzer underneath to Portalathe, far side to Vance, and Vance will reset things with 18 seconds to shoot. After the team's trade turnovers, Portalathe to Fantroy, and we're going to get an offensive foul called against Delaware. After Fantroy handed the ball off, she went through the Liberty player that was trying to get back to the ball holder. So she picks up her second personal foul. The only person in big foul trouble is Ife Nawabi. She's out of the game with 4. We'll see if she returns before the fourth quarter. Liberty up by 3 with the basketball. Flames attacking to our left. Eistotter takes it down into the paint. Nothing there. Gives off to Stout. Stout with a ball fake. Works her way to the right side and can't quite get it to go. Back-to-back possessions where a shot was just halfway down but didn't go. Shots that Emmy Stout normally makes. Delaware back the other way. Fantroy, she lost the handle but had some help in the process. A foul will be whistled against Liberty's Emma Leon. Fantroy with 16 points, leads all scorers. Stout now with 14 for Liberty, along with 6 rebounds. Tops in both categories. Mills with 13. Delaware still shooting 50% for the game. They shot 50% the first time these two teams matched up. Fantroy works on Eistotter, goes cross court to Correa, and her 3-pointer is good. And we are tied again. We have had 6 ties in the game, 11 lead changes. Thompson will drive for Liberty. Dumps a pass underneath to Peters. Peters missed the first shot, got her own rebound, and sticks it in. Owes an apology to Thompson. Cost her an assist. But the Flames will take the points for sure. Delaware back, and a quick jumper is off the mark by Portalathe, but then an offensive rebound and put back from Fantroy, and she's fouled. Flames continue to be out-rebounded in this game. It's currently 24-19 as Fantroy makes the free throw and regains the lead for Delaware. Now 12 lead changes in the ball game. Liberty gets it to Peters. Peters works her way to the right side and scores again. Lynn Peters doing some hard work on the low block. She's got 6, and Liberty leads by 1. Portalathe picks up her dribble and gives to Fantroy. Fantroy slides towards the basket, then floats one, which comes up just a little short. Popped in and out. Liberty with the rebound. Fantroy with 19 points in the game. Leads all scorers. Liberty's Athene works against Fantroy. Skips a pass now to Leon. Leon fakes the 3, pulls up from 16. Bingo! Emma Leon got the defender to bite. She gets her first 2 points, and the Flames now lead 49-46. Vance to Portalathe. Over to Correa. Correa to Wanzer, and then Wanzer to Portalathe. Portalathe hands back to Vance. Vance skips a pass to Correa, down to 3 seconds to shoot. She steps back for a long two that goes in and out. Liberty with the board. Thompson runs it up court to Peters. She had her, but just threw too much. And even at 6'3", Lynn Peters couldn't go up to catch that one. Liberty with an unforced turnover in transition. Flames with 11 turnovers. Delaware already with 15. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Liberty's up 49-46. Again, now 13 lead changes in the game and 7 ties. That is moving towards the most the Flames have had this season. 14 lead changes was the most against George Mason. Inside to Charisier. Charisier spins on the far and is able to bank it home. 49-48 Liberty. Mills being guarded by Correa. Triple team for a moment. Gives it back out to Athene. Athene will drive and then dish out to Mwamba for 3. Yes! Liddy Mwamba, who had just checked back into the ball game. Didn't show any signs of rust there. First thing she does when she checks into the game is pop one in from 3rd Street. Brought to you by Haley's Appliance and Outdoor. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Liberty is now up by 4. This matches their largest lead. A step back 3 for Vance, and she answers. And it's back to a 1-point game as time expires in this third quarter. I don't have the exact number of times, but it's been at least 3, and it may be as many as 5 times in this game. The Flames have hit a big shot. They've hit 6 3-pointers, so it could be as many as 6. I don't think it's 6, but somewhere around 4 times the Flames have hit a 3 to seemingly take momentum in their hands, open up a little bit of a lead, in this case 4 points, only to have an answer instantly back the other way for Delaware. This has been a fun ball game. We head to the fourth quarter and a Carter Bank and Trust game at a glance coming up after this, with the Flames leading 52-51 here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
Game day isn't the only adventure. Find yours in Bedford, Virginia, just down the road, but a world away. Explore seasonal events, cruise the Blue Ridge Parkway, or hike the peaks of Auburn. Enjoy outdoor fun at Smith Mountain Lake or play world-class disc golf. Home to the National D-Day Memorial and packed with small-town charm. Bedford has it all. Plan your visit and see the event calendar at destinationbedfordva.com. That's destinationbedfordva.com.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your local HVAC experts. Online at callrogers.com.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams. Find upcoming schedules. Buy and download tickets to the next game. Listen to podcasts and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Takes a long 3. Got it! From 30! And the Flames lead!
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services.
And back here in Liberty Arena, the Lady Flames are on top of Delaware, 52-51. As we head to the fourth quarter, the Blue Hens still shooting above 50%, 51% to be exact, 20 of 39. Flames not bad themselves, 47%, 21 of 45. Blue Hens 6 of 14 from 3. The Flames Blue Hens 6 of 14. The Flames are 6 of 15.
make sure that we have the right time. You know, maybe we gotta
Blue Hens team averages 31% from outside the arc. Flames 35%, so both teams shooting above their averages. Blue Hens are 5 of 8 at the free throw line. The Flames are 4 of 5. Blue Hens with 14 turnovers, the Flames with 11. And rebounding is still in favor of Delaware, 24-21. 6-6 in offensive rebounds. Points in the paint tied at 26. Liberty's leading scorer is Emmy Stout with 14, Avery Mills with 13, and Fantroy on the bench to start the fourth has 19 for Delaware. Jyla Perry has come in for the first time. She had the basketball, now gives off to Kalibo. Kalibo around the far wing will drive in on Nawabi and miss the shot. Ify Nawabi playing with 4 personal fouls. That answers that question as to whether or not she would be in to start the fourth. A near steal on the backcourt as the Flames do get it across. Liberty's leading by 1. Eyestaughter, far side to Thompson, and Thompson will retreat towards midcourt. Now go back on the near wing to Eyestaughter. Eyestaughter dribbles in, now back out to Thompson. Thompson fakes the 3 and then has her pass deflected, but it gets to Stout. He'll take a deep jumper. It's off the mark, and we're going to get a tie ball. A quick whistle. Flames are going to have 1 second to shoot. They will get it on the alternating possession. I think if the whistle didn't blow on that quick jump ball, Nawabi was probably going to be able to just pop in an easy layup, but instead now with 1 second they go into Stout. Stout takes a jumper that does catch rim, and it's loose on the floor, but Delaware comes away with it. Liberty still leads by 1, but the other end, Vance will draw a foul, and she'll go to the line to try to regain the lead for the Blue Hens. So a chance for another lead change in this basketball game. We've had 13 so far, 7 ties. Liberty's led about 12 minutes of the game. Delaware's led about 14 minutes of the game. Vance's first free throw is no good. In and out. Trinity Vance, 71% free throw shooter on the year. Sophomore from Waterloo, South Carolina. Wasn't there an ABBA song about that town? Maybe not. Missed the second free throw too, but an offensive rebound by Fantroy, and Delaware is able to reset. Goes to Kalibo, and then she gives it away. So Liberty gets the ball back after turnover number 15 for Delaware. Flames in the red uniforms, white numbers, baby blue trim. Delaware in the visiting white numbers for today's game, at least. Blue numbers and yellow trim. Nawabi will hand off to Mills with 7 seconds to shoot. She picks up her dribble, has to give to Thompson. Thompson with 4 seconds will drive into the paint, and the C's part, and she scores with the left hand. Jakayla Thompson, with the shot clock expiring, gives the Flames a 3-point lead. No help defense for Delaware in that spot. Correa now off to Kalibo. On the near wing to Vance, and we're going to get a foul away from the ball on a hold against Liberty. Just got a text from Paul Carmody across the court. He's trying to get some clarification on that double foul. It was his belief that it should have gone to the possession arrow, which was in favor of Delaware, but it didn't. As the Flames steal the inbounds, Mills down court, draws a foul, and Avery will shoot 2 free throws. The Flames forcing another turnover. That's 16 in the ball game, and a chance for transition points at the free throw line. To take you back to the play, it was a kind of a mangle under the basket. Emmy Stout and Charisier were each called for a foul, and it was quite clearly called a double foul. Both fists out, double foul as Mills makes the free throw. And the possession arrow was in favor of Delaware, so my assumption was double foul. Okay, now the possession goes to where the arrow is, but the arrow never changed. It didn't switch back to Liberty after Delaware inbounded the ball, and then the Blue Hens got the ball to start the fourth quarter. I think that was an administrative error. I was trying to get clarification to see if maybe it was determined that Delaware had possession when the double foul occurred, and maybe that's why they got the ball. Still no clarity on that as the Blue Hose, trailing by the largest amount in the game so far, they get 2 of it back down low. Wanzer with the basket. Mills now back up court to Stout. Stout loses her defender and puts it in on the left side. She got Charisier to wave with the initial fake, and now back the other end. Charisier down low is going to be called for an offensive foul. She went through 2 players. She discarded Stout originally. Emmy was on the floor. And they, I think, are saying that that was a flop and a warning for the flop. But then Mills was able to step through and draw the charge against Charisier as she took some heavy contact. Flames will get the ball back, leading 58-53. Athene kicks a pass out to Iastado for 3. No. And the rebound to Fantroy. She's going to try to run it the other way. She's got numbers as she bounces a pass across. It's stolen away by Athene. Athene up court to Mills, and the Flames have a 3-on-1. Mills bounces a pass to Thompson. Thompson out to Iastado for 3. Air ball, but Mills there with the rebound, and a reverse lands good. The crowd comes to life here in Liberty Arena as the Lady Flames now open up the largest advantage of the ball game. They lead 60-53. A timeout's been taken by Delaware. Coach Sarah Jenkins has seen enough. We will take a timeout as well. So we head to this break with 6:28 on the clock. Liberty leads by 7 on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
Every great athlete knows the final minutes of the game are where champions are made. Whether it's the last inning, the fourth quarter, or overtime, every move counts. One smart play could seal the win, and one mistake could cost it all. The same can be said for retirement. I'm Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services. Those last 5 to 10 years before you retire, that's your final stretch. At Abish Financial, we can help build a game plan for taxes, healthcare, and income for the years ahead. Call us for your customized retirement playbook. 571-406-4411. If you're over 59 and have $500,000 or more of investable assets, we can create your plan complimentary. 571-406-4411 or visit abishfinancial.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Abish Financial Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Insurance services offered through Abish Financial Services, Inc., licensed in Virginia.
John Barkley loves Tuesday nights with his pals.
You guys ever seen a perfect game?
There we go.
A night when scores made aren't nearly as important as friendships kept.
Have your phones. It's gonna be epic.
So he doesn't miss a night. John counts on Century to keep him healthy and at his best.
Perfection begins now. Start your video. Delete your video.
Century, caring for, caring about folks like John.
(60-53), Liberty on top of Delaware with 6:28 to go in the ball game. We will have one more media timeout. That was the first call timeout of the second half, which becomes one, but then we'll also have an under 5 media break. And we've got some to make up as well during post-game. That foul on Cerisier a moment ago on the charge was her 4th. So she's got 4. Nawabi with 4 for Liberty. Avery Mills with 17 points. She leads the Flames in scoring. Emmy Stout with 16. Van Troy with 19 paces Delaware. It was the Blue Hens that took that timeout. They'll have 3 remaining. Flames also with 3. Both teams with 2 fouls to give down the stretch. Blue Hose with the basketball. I did it. The Blue Hens with the basketball. Shout out to Presbyterian College and all those games. They were a thorn in the side of the Lady Flames back in the day. Delaware on offense. Vance tries to get down low, and I think Emma Leone got a hand on that and knocked it loose. Delaware with the turnover. Liberty back on offense. Eisdotter to Leone, wide open for 3, but an air ball. Rebounded by Delaware. That could have put the Flames up by 10. Blue Hens. Correa was bumped. And we'll see who that went against, but it will go as the Flames' 3rd team foul. Inbounding will be Correa. Leone picked up the personal. That is her 2nd. Correa, far side to Fan Troy with 9 seconds to shoot. She's able to slide into the paint, and a beautiful move that just comes up empty. Missed the shot, and then diving on the floor to try to get the ball back. So much hustle from Fan Troy, but the Flames actually come away with it, and Fan Troy is hurt behind the play. And they'll stop play to check on Fan Troy. And that's interesting. I'd love more clarity on what the rule is in the NBA. There is no stopping. The team almost has to either intentionally foul or call a timeout if they've got a hurt comrade behind the play. But I think in this case, once Liberty pulled up and wasn't continuing forward motion towards the basket, that was when they stopped things to check on Fan Troy, and she comes out, and I can't really tell what she's favoring. Maybe and hopefully she just had the wind knocked out of her, I should say. She was diving all over the place to try to get that ball back after she missed the shot on an amazing athletic move that just didn't fall through for her. She has played her heart out in this basketball game, 19 points and 10 rebounds. The Flames on the attack. Claudia Athene hesitates, penetrates, and scores with the right hand. Claudia Athene has this knack of freezing the defense and then putting it in 5th gear. Liberty 62, Delaware 53. Blue Hens back on offense. They'll go down to Cerisier, and Cerisier, playing with the 4 fouls, is able to get it high off the glass and through. That 9-point lead for Liberty was the largest for either team in the ball game. It's now 62-55. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the quarter, as Athene will try it on the near side, but too strong on her layup attempt. Delaware with the rebound. They come back the other way. Correa outside to Wanzer. Her 3-pointer is short. And we're going to get a rebounding foul against Liberty. That'll be team foul number 4. And that'll bring us to that media timeout as well. Flames lead by 7. It will be Delaware basketball when we return. Foul was on Peters, her first. We see Nawabi at the scorer's table. She'll check back in. She's playing with 4 fouls. Emmy Stout has 3 fouls. She'll also return to the basketball game, as will Jakayla Thompson. Charisier with 4, the only player in foul trouble for Delaware. Our final timeout of regulation, the Lady Flames lead 62-55 with 4:07 left in the ball game. You're listening to the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community. And that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hey Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the county right and beyond. Offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. Gentry Lock can help you succeed in voting for you at gentrylock.com.
Score big with Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg. Major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
We got a little clarification on that double foul from earlier. I was able to speak with one of the officials, Scott Yarborough, and it only goes to the possession arrow if there wasn't clear possession when the fouls occurred. And so it was deemed that Delaware had possession of the ball when the double foul occurred, and then so they get the basketball and both fouls are assessed. No arrow involved. .407 left in the game. Delaware will have it when we get back underway momentarily. The Flames are leading 62-55. Stay tuned during post-game. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. We'll have our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game, Freedom First Credit Union Play of the Game, Good Feet Store post-game interview, as well as Brent Good, Builders Out-of-Town Scoreboard, and Larry's Tire and Auto Stats. Trey Lyle will get involved again, and we'll wrap up the regular season. Delaware after the inbounds has the basketball up top. Vance off of a screen, goes cross court to Wanzer. Wanzer will then hand off to Perry, and Perry had the ball deflected, but it gets to Charisier. Charisier will try a three that comes up short, and the rebound is pulled in by Liberty. That was the first three-point attempt of the season for Charisier. The offense just did not work the way that they wanted. The Blue Hens. Liberty back up court. Iastaughter wide open for three, put too much on it. Rebound Delaware. Both teams trade missed three-pointers. Vance will now drive for Delaware. She's fouled and will shoot two free throws. .321 on the clock here in the fourth quarter, and a chance for Delaware to cut this down to a 5-point game. Vance on the season, a 71% free throw shooter. She had 14 in the game against Liberty in Newark. Makes the first. Takes her dribbles, and the second free throw is on the way and short. Rebound to Nawabi, so 1 of 2 for Delaware. 62-56 Liberty. Nawabi with the basketball, far side to Iastaughter. Now to Mills. Mills still one away from tying the single-season three-point number. Nawabi, she goes through on the left side and gets it to dead net off the back heel and fall through. Ife Nawabi puts Liberty up by 8. Vance pounded by Mills, gives off to Perry. Perry now near side to Kalibo. Still no fan Troy as it goes into Cerisier. Her jumper's off the mark and Liberty gets the rebound. Fan Troy came out of the game shaken up. And she's sitting on the bench but has not returned. Flames on offense. Nawabi over to Eyestadter. Eyestadter to Mills. Mills to Athene. 9 seconds to shoot. Nawabi back to Mills. Mills dumps a pass to Stout. And Stout on the left side will bank it in. Delaware is going to take a timeout with 2 minutes even to go in this basketball game. Liberty now with the largest lead of the night. They're up 66-56. This was a 52-51 game after 3. And it's been all Liberty since then. Here in the fourth quarter, the Flames have outscored the Blue Hens 14-5. "30-second timeout. The teams now head back out on the court. Correa will inbound to Cerisier, and Cerisier hands back to Correa. Correa dribbling against Athene. Now to Wanzer. Wanzer dumps it down low to Cerisier. She has her pass deflected, but it gets to Correa. Correa will drive in on the right side and gets it to fall through. Friendly roll. Hit the rim a couple of times and nestled through. Pressure against Athene as she comes across half court and finds Nawabi. Nawabi's been able to play through the foul trouble. She hands to Eyestadter. Far side to Athene. Athene now into Nawabi. Nawabi works it on the low block and is able to slip through and score. Off a little contact. She's able to make it a 10-point game again. Correa rises up and hits a 3. And now it's 68-61. Correa has gotten this back down to 7. She has 12 points. Fan Troy, who is on the bench after getting shaken up, has a team-high 19 for Delaware. Cerisier with 10 points. The Flames' Emmy Stout has 18. Avery Mills with 17. Ife Nawabi has 11. Delaware still shooting 50% for the game. Turnovers have been their problem. 20 turnovers compared to only 11 for Liberty. And rebounding has closed in a little bit, although the Flames still are at a deficit. 31-28. We're going to have a foul before the inbounds. Delaware still has one foul to give, though. The Flames will work the baseline. Leading by 7. Athene in the backcourt. Hooks a pass across to Eyestadter. Eyestadter now to Nawabi. Nawabi's going to drive in and score on the left side. Flames made that press break look easy. Liberty by 9. Vance for 3. Yes, Delaware not going without a fight. Liberty's going to take a timeout to advance the basketball. Flames will have 2 more remaining. Delaware has 1 left. It's a 6-point lead. And it will be a full timeout. Flames have chosen to inbound in front of their team's bench on the far side of the court. We are located across the way from the team's benches in the scorer's table. As Coach Alexis Sherrard will talk things over. Delaware will probably be in turnover mode for the first few seconds. They'd love to not have to foul right away. They still have one foul to give, so they can be very aggressive and try to force a turnover, and if they're called for a foul, so be it. With 48 seconds, you've got enough time. Try to get a 5-second call and then maybe even trap the inbounds. Give it 5 or 6 seconds, and if no luck, then start the foul game. Considering you got the one to give, you just repeat the process again a couple minutes later, seconds later. Athene will put it in play for the Lady Flames. Right in front of her team's bench, it bounces to Thompson. Thompson is triple teamed. Saves it from going into the backcourt, but then throws it away to Perry. Perry runs it down to Vance. Vance for three, and her shot was blocked by Thompson. The Flames get the rebound, and a foul's called against Delaware. Jakayla Thompson came flying across to block that shot and make up for the turnover on the other end of the court. And that was only the fourth team foul against Delaware, so the Flames will have to inbound on the baseline, go on the length of the court. Their lead is 6. Thompson will trigger in, waits for some movement. Having a little trouble, gets it to Mills, and Mills is fouled and will shoot free throws. Avery Mills, chance to pass her teammate, Emmy Stout, for team high. Avery's got 17, Emmy's got 18. Delaware still shooting 50% from the field. That's exactly what they shot in the first game of the season. The difference is the Flames are shooting about 10 percentage points better than they did the last time. As Mills misses the first free throw, so it stays at a 2-possession game. This is a big one with 32.5 to go. Missed that one as well. Wow, that is uncharacteristic 2 misses for Avery Mills, but the rebound goes off of Wanzer and out of bounds. So the Flames will hold on to the basketball. I don't know that I've ever seen Avery Mills in her college career miss 2 free throws. She's shaking her head. Athene comes over and pats her on the back. Probably says, you might have to do it again, shake it off. Avery coming into today, an 88% free throw shooter. So she doesn't pass Emmy Stout, at least not yet. Emmy's got 18, Avery's got 17. And Delaware's back in the same spot as the Flames took their second to last timeout. They can try to force a turnover on a 5-second call or a quick trap, which they did the last time in this spot. And then go back to the foul game after that. The inbounds will be on the baseline, and Athene will put it in play. They're going to get a hold before the inbounds. So the Flames will be shooting free throws with no time coming off the clock. If you're an NBA fan, that is a different rule in college. In the NBA, if you foul before the inbounds, it's 1 free throw in possession. It's not that big of a penalty in college basketball. It's just free throws, so it's actually a smart foul. If you weren't going to be in a spot where you were, well, I don't know that Delaware meant to do that. I think they were trying to get a turnover. That's what their hope was. 5-second call or a quick steal on the inbounds. But if you're in the game of just speeding things up and fouling quickly, if you hold before the inbounds, you can pick who you want to hold as well and who you want to send to the free throw line. Thompson misses the first free throw. The Flames can't get this out to a 3-possession game. Her second one is good, though. Jacayla with 5 points, and Liberty leads 71-64 with 30 seconds left. Vance across half court. She'll fire a three, and it's blocked again by Thompson. And Jacayla comes away with the basketball as well. Over to Mills. Mills across half court. And Delaware doesn't look like they're going to foul in this spot, as Mills keeps it on the bounce with 12 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. The crowd comes to their feet as Mills is doing some Harlem Globetrotter dribbling near midcourt. As the horn sounds on this regular season for the Lady Flames, they finish up 17-12, 11-7 in the conference. Delaware goes to 12-18, and they fall now to 6-12 in the conference, and they're making it into the tournament. Isn't a guarantee at this point. We'll take a look at how this affects the standings during postgame, but they needed a win to guarantee themselves a spot in the Conference USA tournament. 7 wins would have done that. But with just 6 and their season over, both UTEP and New Mexico State could catch them and put them in a tie. And in that tie, 3 teams, and then also potentially Kennesaw State could fall back into that tie as well if they were to lose at Jack State tomorrow. Then you could have up to a 4-way tie where 3 teams would get in and 1 team wouldn't make the tournament, and it would come down to the tiebreakers. It could also be a 3-way tie where 2 get in and 1 do not. WKU is at the bottom of the standings with only 4 wins. They need a win and both UTEP and New Mexico State to lose, and then we'd have to sort out that tiebreaker as to whether or not WKU would move in or not. I do know that UTEP has the tiebreaker over New Mexico State, so it feels like that UTEP has a pretty good shot now of getting into the tournament, but we'll have to see. As Paul Carmody is standing here wanting to know who the player of the game is. We'll take a break and come back, and we'll tell you who that is right after this. The Flames win 71-64 here from Liberty Arena on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at any of their 4 locations, with 2 in Lynchburg, 1 in Forest, and 1 at Able Tire in Concord. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Bring in the new year with a new vehicle from Lynchburg Nissan. We make buying simple and easy. And right now, Lynchburg Nissan is offering up to $10,000 off MSRP, 0% for 60 months on multiple models, and up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade. Get up and get on over to Lynchburg Nissan while the best selections are still available. And don't forget, Lynchburg Nissan is home of the 1 million mile warranty. Stop by, call, or visit LynchburgNissan.com now.
LynchburgNissan.com. The doctors at Crossroads Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Stephen Hatch, James Peary III, Trey Woolwine, and Carol Roberts have over 50 years of experience serving Lynchburg and the surrounding area. Their dental office in Forest is open and ready to serve you. Crossroads Family Dentistry provides all family and cosmetic dental needs and accepts major dental insurances. They're located at 14761 Forest Road in front of Brauburgers. More information is available at crossroadsfamilydentistryva.com.
Flames Nation, this is Liberty Women's Basketball head coach Alexis Sherrard. The Sherrard family are proud Flame Club members and invite you to join in training champions for Christ both on and off the court. Whether you're at the game or cheering from home, your support is valuable and directly impacts our student athletes. Membership starts at $75 and comes with great benefits like access to premium seating, hospitality, and parking privileges. Join today. Visit libertyflamesclub.org.
You've been listening to Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services. Now it's time for the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report. Get a complete recap of the game. Hear from Lady Flames head coach Alexis Sherrard, final stats, and more. This is the Coca-Cola post-game report. Coke, taste the feeling.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Lady Flames with a 71-64 victory to finish up the regular season. 11-7 in the conference. 17 wins overall for Liberty to go along with 12 losses. Delaware is now 12-18 and 6-12 in the conference. And here in just a little bit, when Trey takes things over back in the studio and I've got a moment, I'm going to do a little bit of research as to a couple tiebreakers that I don't know the answer to at the moment. The Flames are in a spot to where, as of right now, in the win column, they're tied for second place. But FIU, Missouri State have a chance to jump to 12 wins tomorrow as FIU plays at WKU and Missouri State plays at Middle Tennessee. But even if Liberty finished in a tie with FIU, they would not have the tiebreaker in that spot because FIU won twice over the course of the season. If in some way the Flames finish up in a tie with just Missouri State, the Flames would have the tiebreaker because they beat Missouri State twice. But there's other games going on that will determine all of that as tomorrow La Tech hosts UTEP. I mentioned FIU at WKU, Missouri State at Middle Tennessee. Sam Houston hosts New Mexico State. Jack State hosts KSU. And who am I forgetting? Maybe that's it. UTEP and at La Tech. I think I already had mentioned that, but yeah. So there's still a lot left to be played. Whether the Flames end up the 3 seed or the Flames end up the 6 seed, I guess we'll find out in due time, and who their opponent will be, regardless of that. Either way, between 3 and 6 means that you'll start your tournament on Thursday in Huntsville. Whereas the Liberty men, on the other side of things, have wrapped up the number 1 seed, and their tournament will start on Wednesday. So the 1 and the 2 seed would, in theory, have a day off after their quarterfinal before the semifinals by playing a day early, assuming they're not upset, of course. The 1s and the 2s will get a little bit of an extra bit of rest. Now, you could also say they have a quicker turnaround to start the tournament as well. The teams are playing on Saturday. They're going to have to play on Wednesday, so a little bit quicker in between the regular season ending and the first game of the tournament. But I think you'd take that and have the day off to where you're playing 3 games in 4 days as opposed to 3 games in 3 days, which is what everybody below the 2 seed will have to do. And if you're the 7 through the 10, you got to actually win 4 games. If you're the 11 or the 12, you don't get into the tournament. So that's the uniqueness of Conference USA. There's a lot of different things to play for. At the bottom, trying to get in. At the top, trying to be in the top 2. As far as our Larry's Tire and Auto stats for this game, the Flames finish up shooting 48% from the field. Delaware 49%. Liberty was 6 of 19 from 3. Those threes brought to you by Haley's Appliance and Outdoor. That equals 32%. Delaware was 8 of 20 for 40%. Blue Hens 6 of 12 at the free throw line. They'd love to have those 6 points back. That would have made this a tight ball game down the stretch. The Flames were 7 of 11 at the free throw line, 64%. Another 700 meals to local area food banks through the Food Line Feed Score to Give More campaign. Not a great day rebounding for Liberty, but they did battle back to make it even, 31 apiece. Flames were at a 9-8 advantage on offensive boards. Liberty, the difference in the game, they forced 20 turnovers. Some were unforced, we'll say that. Delaware threw the ball away on some occasions where there really wasn't any pressure. But overall, the Flames were able to hold on to the ball. They only gave it up 12 times and force 8 more. That was really the key in this ball game, considering both teams shot the ball well. And the rebounding was dead even. Points off turnovers, 15-8 Liberty. There's your difference in the ball game. They won by 7, and they were a +7 in points off turnovers. Points in the paint, 42-32 Liberty. Second chance points, 8-7 Delaware. Fast break points, 4-0 Liberty. That was our key to the game coming in. Limit Delaware's transition after they'd given up 13 points to 0 at their place. The Flames, 4-0 today. Bench points, 18-5 Liberty. Fan Troy finished up with 19 points and 10 rebounds for Delaware. Didn't play the final 4 minutes or so after, maybe not quite that, maybe it was about 3.5 minutes of the game after she came up hobbled. But a double-double for Fan Troy. Correa with 12, and Vance and Charisier each with 10. Liberty's Emmy Stout finished up with 18 points. Avery Mills had 17. Ify Nawabi, 13. She battled through foul trouble through the whole day. Mills also with 5 assists to go along with those 17 points. Claudia Thien off the bench with 7. Lynn Peters with 6. Thompson 5. Mwamba 3. Leon with 2. Highest daughter did not score, but she did have 6 rebounds for the Lady Flames. We had 13 lead changes. We're tied 7 times, and Liberty led about 21 minutes of the ball game. Delaware about 14. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll finish up the broadcast with Trey back in the studio looking at the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. We'll look at that standings as well as have our interviews with Coach Alexis Sherrard. And today we're going to get the two seniors, Caroline Shirey as well as Liddy Mwamba will be our guests on the show. 71-64 Liberty, the final score here in Lynchburg. We'll back to wrap things up after this timeout. You're listening to the Liberty Flame Sports Network from Van Wagner, presented by Abish Financial Services.
At Carilion Clinic, the success of their employees is based on a culture that welcomes them and nurtures their growth. As the largest nonprofit employer west of Richmond, Carillion's team members are always learning and forever curious. Carilion is more than a healthcare system. It's a team of unique individuals doing what matters most, caring for the community. Visit CarillionClinic.org/careers and search their opportunities. Come join 13,000 employees who are Carilion proud.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
It's bow time. Carolina legends aren't born. They're handmade, only in Bo's Real Southern Kitchen. It all starts with fresh, never frozen chicken marinated for 24 hours in a flavor-packed blend of bold Southern seasonings. Then we hand bread and fry it to crispy, juicy, mouth-watering perfection. That's not just any chicken, that's the Carolina legend. Order some Bojangles and taste what everyone's been craving since 1977. It's bow time.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton, and people often ask me, what is the Good Feet store? I respond, we are an arch support store. When you come in, our staff is going to welcome you and listen to your needs. We want to learn about you, your lifestyle, your work, and the types of shoes you enjoy wearing. Then after measuring your feet, we are going to fit you from a selection of over 300 styles and sizes of arch supports. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home.
Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services.
As Delaware will now go back on the attack, and they give it away. Athene leads a 3-0-1 break the other way. A bullet pass into Stout, who scores and draws the foul. Showtime Flames as Liberty running the transition. Claudia Athene gets it on the defensive end and then leads the break the other way. Well, welcome back in. That was our Freedom First Credit Union play of the game, and we now have some special guests on with now. It was senior day. It's always a little emotional on senior day as everyone has to, you get the flowers and you know there's maybe, I don't know, a couple tears or something like that. It's just, it's an emotional day, and we've got Liddy Mwamba and Caroline Shirey joining in now. Tell us what was going through both of your minds as you walked out on the court during the pregame.
You got it. I don't know. I don't know yet how I feel. But in the morning when I saw my brother video, I was a little bit sad because the way he talked about me and everything was a little bit emotional because it's been a long time. I didn't see him for like 2 years now. So it was a little bit emotional, but walking, I was a little bit excited, but sad at the same time. So I don't know what was the feeling at the moment. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, you guys have both gone through a lot of steps to get to this point.
Yes.
Yours in different cities. Caroline, yours in different doctor's offices, unfortunately. So,
That's
Caroline,
a great way to put it.
what was going through your mind?
I feel like my journey has obviously been anything but normal. But things like senior night just make me so incredibly grateful. Not only like I'm walking out there, I'm just like so grateful to Liberty for keeping me on the team despite all my issues. But then I'm also just so thankful for like a place like Liberty where like the people genuinely care about you. Like it was really nice. Like I just was so overwhelmed with gratitude and just thankfulness. Like, and I just got to meet so many new people this year. So I'm just like queen. So I'm just so thankful.
Well, there's still basketball to be played. You know, there's still games going on, and Caroline, you have a big role of kind of keeping everybody motivated over on the sideline and trying not to re-injure yourself jumping up and down because you kind of get, you're as physical over there on the bench as you were in the game sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm working on my vertical sometimes. I'm really jumping up there. I got higher than I thought I could off of EP's 3.
Nice, very nice. But when basketball does finish up, whenever that may be, what's next as far as maybe a little professional basketball in the future or career after that?
Yeah, that's the plan. After season, like when everything gonna be done, I'm gonna have a talk with the coaches and help me with the overseas stuff, like go overseas and stuff. So that's the plan. By going home first, that's the plan. Yeah.
And I am looking to get my master's degree to further my education.
Yeah.
So the basketball chapter is coming to an end, but I'm very excited.
Which masters are you getting?
You know, that's a great question, Jamie. So my undergrad's in strategic communications and psychology, so I'll probably go the strategic communications route. You know, I love to talk, so.
So you may be sitting in one of these seats next year.
That would be awesome. I would love it. Yeah.
Hey, Caroline, over the course of your career, it would have been easy for you to have packed up your bags by now. You know, so many injuries and the struggle to come back from those injuries. I think most people can't even understand when you go through it once. When it happens the second time, you already know what's ahead, and you could have been a major as far as discouragement for you, but then you could have turned into a bitter person and been discouraging to others, and that certainly hasn't been the case.
Yeah, I mean, I know that everything happens for a reason, and everything in life, you don't just go through things for no reason. And honestly, like basketball playing is just such a small part of it. Like the girls, I genuinely just through so much like prayer and deciding what I was going to do the next year, like the girls, I don't think I could have left them if I had no legs. Like there's just no way. Like it's really like my family. Like I needed to finish it out with them. And, I'm just so grateful. So grateful.
And Lydia, you've had so many different stops during your basketball career, coming from the Conga and playing in different places in high school and then different places in college now, and all that led to you being here in Lynchburg, finishing things up. And
We love our seniors.
Even though you've only been here a year, you're definitely loved by your teammates. For those that are just listening and can't see what's going on behind, Claudia and Avery are assaulting Lydia at the moment.
Our sisters.
Does it feel like you?
Oh my God!
Does it feel like you've been here longer? They call you Queen because that's what your middle name translates to. So if those are wondering what the crowns were all about that are able to watch in on YouTube and Facebook. But does it feel like you've been here longer than a year?
It does. It does, actually. The first time I came here, it was just like a whole family. Like everybody was at the airport. Caroline and Liz come pick me up.
Who was driving?
The best driver, me.
And you survived that?
Yes, I did. I've been surviving the whole year. So I feel like it's really a family oriented here. Like the coaches make sure that too, like on the culture meetings and stuff. We make sure it's like a whole, it's just about basketball, it's just about like a family. And that's how we're going to win our championship as a family, not just like a team, but as a family. So, yes.
I'll add on to that, too. It never felt like Queen was a stranger. From the second I met her, it was just like, we're friends now. No, we're not even friends now. We're family now. And it was just, there was no adjustment period at all. From day one, we're already here. Like
I was into her house the whole summer. The whole summer.
Yeah, that's my girl right there.
Yeah.
You were the last holdout on the Among Us. Have they gotten you into a game yet?
Yes, we did.
Once.
Well, that's they got you.
Once. I still don't know what to do with the thing they need to do inside of it, but I'm still figuring it out. So.
She's doing good, though.
It's
the
not
one
bad.
time she played, she was doing good.
I was the imposter, but they didn't know it was me, so that was good.
Oh, so the one time you were in, you were the imposter.
Yeah, they didn't know it was me.
We had no idea.
That's awesome. See, you're 1-0. Like you
She's
fooled
really
everybody. Yeah, don't play anymore.
Yeah.
You've done all you can do.
That's all they got for me. I deleted the app already.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I do have a
We'll get it
space.
back.
I just have a space for my photos, no for games. Yeah.
I got one last question.
Yes.
This is the most serious question for both of you. Do you guys go to the same place for your eyelashes?
No, we did our own.
We do our own.
Do your own? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's
you
a
kinda
lot of
look
our
like-
discussions. We
Look
talk
like
about them a lot.
twins as far as your eyes are concerned. Yeah.
We just spend so much time together. We're turning into each other, you know.
We just teach ourselves how to do it. We don't want to pay nothing.
For those that are listening and can't see the eyelashes, can you guys kind of explain to them what you're dealing with
This
there?
is a 16 millimeter D curl from Amazon.
Mine is 15 from TikTok, and it's cheap. I buy it when it was on a sale on TikTok. It was $12.
Does it keep the rain out of your eyes?
Oh yeah, it makes you play better too.
And you look good.
Yeah, look good, play good.
Yeah.
If you have lashes on, it automatically improves your shooting percentage. I don't make the rules.
Look first class,
Yeah.
play first class.
Yes.
That's right.
That's the way it goes.
We're gonna get you in some lashes.
Well, as I've gotten older, they're not quite as thick as they used to be. But I always had kind of thick eyelashes myself. Now everybody's staring at my eyelashes, and I feel very embarrassed. Okay, we're going to finish things up now because Trey's back in the studio, and he's got some scores to tell everybody about.
Oh, okay.
But we do want to say thank you for both of you guys coming out.
Thank you.
Wish you but nothing
Thanks for
but
having
the
us.
best the rest of the way.
Yes.
Thanks, Jamie. You're the best.
Thank you very much.
Caroline Shirey, as well as Liddy Mwamba, better known as Queen, here as our Thompson Brooks Insurance players of the game. I tell you what, how about this? I'm going to throw it back to you, Trey, and I'll let you give the out-of-town scores, and then before we wrap up the broadcast, kick it back to me, and we'll talk a little bit about the standings and put a bow on the regular season. How about that?
We're not going to do cosmetic tips? Is that not what's going on right now?
Well, we got oh, you know what? I've already actually forgot about something, Trey. You know what I forgot about?
What did you forget?
So
you interview coach.
You don't exactly.
I was wondering.
We got so caught up in that. All right, well, hang tight. You're good. You're good to go. You're clean shaven. You look like you're $100 back there at the studio. So we'll come back to you here in just a second.
Sounds like a plan.
Coach, there's a lot going on. I'm embarrassed to say we almost forgot about you.
Story of my life. Not the first, not the last.
Well, we had such a good chat there with Caroline and Queen. That
you had some characters on that post game.
Yeah. So I mean, they pretty much
covered everything,
hogged the stage.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Solid team win. I know you look at the stat sheet and you go, well, like to have rebounded a little bit better. Maybe we'd like to held them to a little bit less of a field goal percentage. But it seemed like when one category wasn't going your way, you did something in a different way to win the basketball game. And today it was forcing 20 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, it's take my hat off to Delaware. I mean, Sarah, she does a great job, and she makes she has her team playing very hard. And you're exactly right. We forced 20. And more importantly for us, we obtained our game goal of only 12 turnovers on our end. So I think we were -3, 4, 5 in rebounding throughout the course of the game. That just makes our life a lot harder, more difficult. Ended up being even on the board. So, we try to celebrate every positive possible. So, we ended up even, probably, prefer to win by a little bit bigger margin. But just very, very pleased, especially with the small amount of turnovers that we had.
Delaware, like you said, they're fighting to get in. They want to make sure that they're in. They're in right at the moment, but there's still some tiebreakers and some things that they have to play through to make sure that they're going to Huntsville. You're trying to move your way up the standings a little bit. It's kind of wild the way, and we've talked about this, when you look from top to bottom, you got FIU and Missouri State. Sam Houston, they're trying like everything to get to the 2 spot because that gives them an advantage. You at one point were trying to get into the top 6. Now you're solidly in the top 6. You're trying to kind of stay, as high as possible there. You've got teams like Jack State, Kennesaw State, Delaware that are hoping to stay in the tournament, and WKU is trying to fight their way in. So the fact that there's a little bit of, a little carrot at the bottom to get in, you want to get in. There's a carrot in the middle to try to get to the top 6, and there's a carrot at the top to try to get to the top 2. Kind of has made things very fascinating watching the standings.
I mean, this has been a very competitive season, a lot of parity, and, teams are playing to the very last game of regular season to determine the standings. So, that's a very good conference. That's a very competitive conference. And like we say, in conference, everyone knows everyone, their strengths, their weaknesses. So you really have to get to that level of intensity to have success in this conference. So I'm just very pleased. I was really applauding the ladies. Just, when you have 12 teams and only 10 make it, just making a tournament. You can't overlook that. We got to celebrate that. And then you go to, we're in the top 6. Okay, now you only have to play 3 games instead of 4 games. So I just really try to celebrate all the small things that our team was able to accomplish, because there's been a lot of transition with our team. We're relatively young. So, I just try to celebrate all the little things. And I was just very pleased. Even with tonight, 19 assists on 29 field goals. That's just unselfish play, just really playing together. So I'm just very, very pleased how we finished the regular season.
Last thing for you before we head towards Huntsville. I know we've got a couple of days to prepare. You don't know who you're going to play. We don't know the matchups. We don't know what time it's going to be. We don't know what the seed's going to be, so we're not going to worry about that. There'll be time to talk about that next week. But now that you've put a bow on the regular year, I know there's some games that you look back and you go, well, boy, Kennesaw State. It'd have been nice to figure out a way to win that game. It was a close game, came down to the final few possessions. There's some other spots like that you could say, Hawaii, I wish we'd have played a little better in that tournament. But then you also got some wins that maybe you wouldn't have expected to get coming in, like at George Mason.
George Mason, big win.
Huge win.
I think they're in first place or second place in our conference.
So, overall, how would you grade the regular year?
Given we lost 70% of our offense from last year, everyone's in, new roles, finishing in the top 6. We're not even sure where we finished yet. It could be 4, 5, 6, who knows. I would give it a solid B. I would get it, and take into consideration the injuries that we've had. We missed Ethy, we missed Claudia, we missed Avery. So, there were just a lot of things happening, a lot of variables. So, just to finish and finish strong. I think the month of February, Jamie, we may have been like 8-2.
Well, if you count this game in March, 8-2, yeah, that's how you finish the year.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that alone, that to me kind of bumps up to a solid B. Those games like Kennesaw, those games like at Delaware, you could wish you can get those games back. But, with this group, young group, a lot of transition, a lot of different roles, very, very pleased, how we finished the season and trying to keep it going in the conference tournament.
Congratulations, and we'll follow you down to Huntsville.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Jamie.
as I have a tickle in my throat for the last few minutes, and my water is just, that's not my water anyway. Oh, okay. I hope, well, we're all family. I think it was mine. So I'm going to take a drink of water, and we'll throw it back into the studio where Trey's going to take a look at the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard, and then he'll come back to me briefly, and we'll get one last look at what the standings seem like they're going to be, which is still up for grabs tomorrow.
Jamie, are you okay? Just, forgetting coach?
Barely.
Nearly choking? I'm worried about you, my friend. I'm glad you're, we'll give you a timeout here with the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard.
It's been a long season.
All right, let's get to it. Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard, starting with the scores in Conference USA. These are all from Thursday night. Sam Houston 71, UTEP 59. Louisiana Tech defeats New Mexico State 88-47. Missouri State defeats Western Kentucky 65-38. And in double overtime, what a fun game here, FIU defeats Middle Tennessee 80-78. As for the top 25 in women's college basketball, these games are going on right now. A lot of quarterfinal actions in all the Power 4 tournaments, including in the SEC. Number 4, Texas, 52, Alabama, 19. Moving to the Big Ten, number 8, Michigan, 27, Oregon, 20. That Texas game is at the half, 3:46 left for Michigan in the second quarter. 7 seconds left in the first quarter for number 20 Baylor in the Big 12 tournament quarterfinal. They trail Colorado 20-10, and some finals for you. All the ACC quarterfinals have concluded, including number 12 Louisville defeating Syracuse 87-61. Back to the Big 10 for number 2 UCLA. They defeat Washington 78-60. In the SEC, a top 20 matchup in the quarterfinal. Number 3 South Carolina defeats number 17 Kentucky 87-64. Top 10 matchup in a quarterfinal in the SEC. Number 6 LSU defeats number 7 Oklahoma 112-78. Back to the Big 12 for number 10 TCU. They defeat BYU 63-47. Number 11 Ohio State defeats number 19 Minnesota 60-55. Duke gets past Clemson at 60-46 in the ACC quarterfinals. And number 24, Ole Miss gets past number 5, Vandy in an upset in this SEC quarterfinals. Number 25, Fairfield, 26-4, 19-1 in the MAAC, 69-53 win in the MAACC quarterfinal. Number 9, Iowa defeats Illinois, 64-48. Number 15, West Virginia defeats Arizona State, 67-54. And a game that just went final, number 16, North Carolina defeated Virginia Tech, 85-68. Not much action in the top 25 in men's college basketball. Number 18, St. John's, up on Seton Hall 16-10. And number 19, Miami of Ohio, currently trails Ohio 16-7 with 11:08 in the first quarter. And that was your Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. And for fun, you talked about the Olympics, Jamie. The World Baseball Classic is kicking off right now, and Team USA is up 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth over Brazil. Aaron Judge with his first at bat, a 2-run homer to lead the way. You can call him Captain America, as he's the captain of Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. But Jamie, we'll throw it back out to you for some final thoughts.
Well, I don't know if you had my mic up or not. If you did, I apologize. I didn't hit the cough button in time on that last throat clear. So a lot going on, and we appreciate all your hard work this season, Trey. As I took a quick look at some of the tiebreakers, and it's kind of a mess. But right now, with Liberty being at 11 wins, they're in the win column in a tie with FIU and Missouri State for second place. FIU still plays at WKU, and Missouri State plays at Middle Tennessee tomorrow. Sam Houston hosts New Mexico State, so they could also get to 11 wins. And so Middle Tennessee could pop into the 11-win column if they won, and then that would make even further tie. So there could be potentially 3, 4, 5 teams with 11 wins at the end of the season. So I'm not even going to try to go through all the possible scenarios where the Flames could fall in as far as their seed is concerned. But I will tell you this about Delaware. With now the loss, they're 6-12. Kennesaw State could fall back to 6-12 as well. They play Jack State tomorrow. UTEP and New Mexico State could go up to 6-12, and then there would be a 4-way tie where one team would be left out after the tiebreakers. And Delaware is 0-2 against UTEP, 1-1 against New Mexico State, and 1-0 against Kennesaw State. So in that massive tiebreaker, I would think they would be okay having a 1-0 record against Kennesaw State. It might actually pull Kennesaw State all the way out of the standings, but then that also will matter how each of those teams did against each other as well, as far as if you can break the tie with head-to-head. If you can't break it with head-to-head, then it goes to how you did against the top teams in the conference, and we're not going to try to get into all that right now. But if Delaware were to finish up in a tie with just UTEP for a spot, I don't think that's possible, actually, because for Delaware to be tied with where someone would get left out, it would have to be at least a four-way tie. So UTEP and New Mexico State would both have to win, regardless of what Kennesaw does. So it'd have to be a four-way tie, and I think Delaware would be safe because of the 1-0 against Kennesaw State and the 1-1 against New Mexico State. But, again, these tiebreakers can get kind of convoluted when it gets down to it. As far as WKU is concerned, they're at 4-13. They're in last place, and they're going to have a hard time digging their way out of last place. Even if they win and they get some help with UTEP and New Mexico State losing, in that three-way tie, WKU would be 1-1. So I don't know how that would work out. My guess is because I don't know. UTEP, I think, would get that three-way tie because they went 2-0 against New Mexico State, even though they lost to WKU. It makes it difficult when it's an odd number of games being played. And even like in the NFL, they don't allow head-to-head ties that are odd numbers of games. If you in a divisional tie and you played everybody twice, then yes. If you're in a non-divisional tie and everybody played once, then yes. But if there's like a three-way tie for the wild card and one team played one of the others twice but played the other team once, or maybe didn't play a team that year or something like that, it has to be an even number of games before they break a tie with it head-to-head, multi-team tie, I should say, with it head-to-head. But I believe in Conference USA, the way I read it anyway, is it'll be the percentage that you are against those other teams. So even if you played one of the teams twice and play the other teams just once, it's still just going to come down to add up the records and say what the percentage is and determine who moves on that way. So I think Delaware is in pretty good shape, but they are not completely out of the woods at this point as far as possibly dropping out of the tournament. But both UTEP and New Mexico State would have to win, and they've got two tough opponents, La Tech and Sam Houston, respectively. So I think Delaware is good to go. It's WKU if you're a WKU fan. I don't see a scenario where they're able to work their way back in unless it's just something I'm missing. I don't think WKU can get in at this point, and they've also got a tough game that they would have to beat FIU even to have a shot at it and get some help from above them. So that was about as clear as mud, but you can follow along on the Conference USA website. Click on the standings. They keep that updated as games finish up tomorrow. There's a game as late as 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So we won't know for sure until probably about 9:30 exactly what the bracket is. But it's a fun time of year, and we know that the Lady Flames will be in Huntsville. We know that the Liberty men will be there as the number 1 seed, and you should make your plans to come down. It's a nice little town. You can go see the Rocket Hall of Fame, where NASA had rockets made for all the different space programs. That's pretty cool. And it's just a nice little town, fun place. So if you don't have anything going on next week, come on down to Huntsville. We'd love to have you. Well, that's going to wrap up the regular season. We want to thank everybody who made these broadcasts possible. Paul Carmody for keeping us statted up and all the notes that make me sound a whole lot smarter than I really am. I want to thank Trey back in the studio, as well as Nick Pierce, who worked the board a few times over the course of the year and kept all the spots and rotations updated. Alan York, as far as the director of the network, for his help, and Van Wagner, their fine staff, for keeping us up to date on all the wonderful sponsors. Abe Abish and Abish Financial for coming on board and sponsoring the Liberty Flames Sports Network this year. I want to thank you for listening, whether it was online, many of you on Facebook and YouTube making comments all year long. We appreciate you, or on the app, or on the website. However you take in the content, we don't take you for granted. We certainly appreciate you. Until we talk again in Huntsville. Once more, the Lady Flames beat Delaware 71-64. This is Jamie Hall saying so long and God bless.
You've been listening to Liberty Lady Flames basketball and the Coca-Cola postgame locker room report from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services. This game has been brought to you in part by Abish Financial Services, the official financial advisor of Liberty Flames Athletics. Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo Time. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. Carter Bank, life lived full. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Destination Bedford. Central Health. By 11 West. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Frank Good Builders. By Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Gentry Lock Attorneys. By The Good Feet Store. By Haley's Appliance and Outdoors. Liberty Lady Flames basketball has also been brought to you by Ironclad Coffee Roasters, craft roasted in Richmond, Virginia. Larry's Tire and Auto Repair, providing preventable maintenance, repair, and service at multiple locations and at larrystireservice.com. By the Liberty Bookstore, the official online store of Liberty Athletics. Lynchburg Nissan. By Peary Family Dentistry. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Segra, offering customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. By the United States Space Force. And by Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. The general manager of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment is Justin Metzger. Liberty Flames Sports Network director is Alan York. Coordinating producers Nick Pierce, Kyle Sykes, and Victoria Carter. I'm staff announcer Jeff Lawrence, with a special thanks to Liberty University Athletics Director Ian McCaw, Senior Associate Athletics Director Robert Goodman, and Associate Strategic Director for Athletic Communications Paul Carmody. Also, follow Lady Flames basketball on social media at Liberty WBB on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, and Liberty Women's Basketball on Facebook. Liberty Lady Flames basketball is an exclusive presentation from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, presented by Abish Financial Services.